7 tips on how to not be a nice guy. Now, the nice guy is bad for many reasons. I'm not going to get into the difference between an alpha male and a beta male. I could probably do that in another video. That's very complex. That could probably take several videos to cover. But if you find yourself being a nice guy, you find yourself getting frustrated, you find yourself with women just passing you to the side, not really caring about your opinion, in fact asking you about the Chad over there instead of asking the Chad about you, you find yourself just frustrated and annoyed, and because you're just nice and it just doesn't seem like anything's really being reciprocated. I've got 7 tips to overcome that, and a bonus one, of course. But before we kick it off, I'm Dave, and this channel is dedicated to giving you no bullshit novel dating advice for the modern man. My book's in the description, and you can sign up in the description to some one-on-one coaching with me. Just fill out the quiz, and we can get on with that very soon. So let's get on. Let's just get straight into it. 1. Well, say no. Don't be exploited. That is a huge issue. If she is always asking you, especially early on when you're trying to get this girl, for favors, if you're in university or school and she says, oh, can you help me with my homework, and then you spend all weekend doing her assignments for her while she's out with the Chad, well, that's not very cool, is it? So learn to say no. If you think about it, if every man in the world learnt to say no, then we'll gain our power back. You nice guys are in fact destroying society for us. That's the fact. You are destroying society by placating to women, and you think that being a nice guy you're going to get something back, but you don't. You're actually bad for society. And on top of that, you're a pleaser. So number 1, still saying no, but being a pleaser, that means that you have trouble saying no to her, which means that you are going to have trouble saying no to anybody, which means that no one can trust you. Think about this. You help her out, you find out some information about her, she confides in you, and then you go and you're around some people, her enemies, just say, and they demand that you give them information about her. What are you going to do? You're a nice guy. You're going to give all the information out because you want to avoid drama, but really you create drama. You are not only you think you're avoiding drama for yourself short term, but you are actually causing more drama for everybody, and she can't trust you. You can't trust the people pleaser. They're sniveling bad people. Someone that stands their ground and says no, you can trust, because they have boundaries. 2, tell her what you want. Set boundaries. We just mentioned that. But tell her what you want. Don't be doing her homework. Don't be helping her move. Don't be doing little things for her. And her not understanding that you're actually interested in her as a real relationship, not as a friend. Guys that get friend zoned are often the nice guys. They're doing all these things to placate to girls, and girls don't ever learn to do anything for themselves. So they have the nice guy on the side that does everything for them, and then they go over to Chad, and they're banging Chad on the weekend, and Chad knows how it is. But if you said no, and you told her what you want, 1 and 2, society would be a better place. Set boundaries for yourself. Stop being a pleaser. 3, stop hiding your flaws. Stop trying to hide your flaws because we can all see them. What I often say here is, Grandpa's good with the ladies. Well, what I'm saying is that I'm older. I'm 40 years old. Grandpa. But Grandpa's good with the ladies. I see my flaws as something that I've overcome. I see that as a positive. A lot of the nice guys, they try to hide their flaws. You know, like the disabled Casanova. I've got both my hips are all messed up. I'm happy to tell people that I'm disabled. I'm a grandpa. I've got a bit of a gut here. I'm trying to get rid of that, by the way. I'm trying to improve that. But have your flaws. You've got them. Sometimes you can't do anything about them. and try to get success despite them and be proud of overcoming these things. Don't just try hide them and pretend that you've already got the success. That's not the growth mindset. It's what a lot of the nice guys do, and it's very bad for you. It's very bad for you, and eventually everyone finds out anyway, so what have you got to hide? 4 is covering 1 and 2 again, but 4 is another way of looking at it. Transactional relationships. You think that being a nice guy means that eventually she'll come around because you're a nice guy and she's going to have sex with you or something like that. I don't know what these guys think, but well, I'm assuming that's it. They're going to do all the work for you. You don't have to lead. You just have to come along and wash the dishes and clean their floors and wash their car for them and do their homework and do all the good stuff. And eventually she'll realize that you're a nice guy and she's going to stop hanging out with Chad. Well, that's not going to happen. So stop this transactional crap. And what happens after the transaction continues for a long time and you've been exploited, 1, 2, and 4, you become passive aggressive. You start to think, oh, well, girls don't like nice guys and I'm a nice guy and society should change. No. In fact, you're the problem. You're actually the problem. You're passive aggressive, but you're the problem. If every guy stood his ground on planet Earth and didn't engage in being a nice guy, and every guy on planet Earth didn't engage in these false transactional relationships, and they set what they wanted, they let people know what they wanted, and they didn't think that being a nice guy was going to work, the power would be in our field. We would have control. You guys are the ones that are ruining it for us. That's just how it is. That's just it. Like, scale it up. 99% of you guys that are out there placating to women and kissing their feet all day, you're handing over the power to them. And it just makes it more difficult for every other man on planet Earth. And then, you know, exponential growth in beta male behavior just starts to ruin it for society. The next thing you know, we have a transition of wealth to people who don't deserve the wealth, and then the entire country starts struggling, and then we have the economics of love. 6, know what you want in life. That's very important, I think. Know what you want. So if you want her, don't try to transact. Say no to her, and then tell her what you want. Tell her what you want. Set some boundaries. Know what you want and go after it. I've seen a lot of guys come into dating and they're nice guys, and they do their best for a little bit, but they don't properly listen to good advice, and then they go. That's it. They're finished. Then they decide it's time to quit. Know what you want and don't give up. Keep forging forward, because it's not supposed to be easy. If you're a nice guy and you're having these troubles, technically it's your fault, but you also need good people around you to advise you, which is most often the problem. And that's when we get into 7. I see a lot of nice guys being a nice guy, not setting any boundaries, becoming passive aggressive, being exploited, not knowing what they want but not actually going out for it. And then what they do is they overcompensate. It's a whole... You can just see it. It's clear as day, right? I just explained it to you. It makes sense now, right? Then next thing you know, they're overcompensating. And you have them overcompensating where I see these guys with the London Daygame model and the direct game. It's like they've gone through the nice guy, beta cuck sort of, nice guy, and being exploited. They don't know how to, pitch what they want and be a proper man, and become passive aggressive. Then they're like, I can be an alpha by overcompensating and doing super direct, yad stop, direct, tell her how awesome I am. And that doesn't work because they can see straight through it. They can see that you're not alpha. They can see that you're just putting on a leather jacket and you got the rings and you're pretending to be an alpha. An alpha doesn't need to do those things, so don't overcompensate. This is a huge problem. especially George Street London and George Street Sydney. The London day game model is a total nightmare, full of you know, direct beta guys. That's really what it is. They're overcompensating for their nice guy behavior that has happened previously. That's why you get the story as well. You can see the evolution from the very beginning to the end. Don't overcompensate. And the bonus tip, I think the bonus tip's pretty good. Obviously set goals for yourself, but most importantly, have a life's mission. Like mine, one man's life mission. You're in the right spot, you're in the right channel. Have a life's mission. It's something that you probably will never attain. Goals are something that you attain. When you hit them, you get a little bit depressed because you've hit the pinnacle. A life's mission is something that you can never hit and keeps you driven forever and motivated. And that's why this channel is called One Man's Life Mission. Make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell icon. And if you want some one-on-one coaching with me, if you're a nice guy, come on over, we'll do some coaching, and I'll kick your ass into shape. I'll see you guys in the next video.